and click the button. Now I did. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Monday night open mic, affectionately known as the Stay at Home open mic. We're here in the comfort of our own homes, where sometimes people are in offices or whatever, but hopefully you guys are comfortable, have a nice place to sit down and enjoy some art today. My name is Richie Marufo. I'm the project director of the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, and we're based out of El Paso, Texas, here in the U.S. Southwest, right on the very tip, the edge of West Texas, connecting with New Mexico and Mexico. It's kind of like our own little region right there. But we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of live open mics. But during the pandemic and quarantine and all that, we did realize that people still wanted to create. People still wanted to share their work. And thus we started the Stay at Home open mic. And because people, as always, need a space to vent, to try out new material, dust off material, just try workshop things, we're still here, and also because it's just kind of nice to have people to check in with week in and week out. We've been doing this every Monday now for 2 years, 108 shows, I believe. And we're going to keep going strong. Whoever shows up, as long as people need a space, we'll be here. Of course, on top of that, we're not the only space. There are a lot of great online venues and spaces that you guys can check out throughout the week based on your needs that are not just national, but a lot of international spaces as well. Because there's always a lot of things going on. And sometimes we just need a vent. We need to get things off our chest. Sometimes we need to feel vulnerable. Sometimes we need to feel seen. Sometimes we just got to put our foot down, our feet down. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm an English teacher and I should not be doing this. But cheers. Tonight, we're going to have a great night. As always, we have a pretty great list. We have another debut. I love that doing this for so many weeks now, we still can introduce new people to the show. As always, if you're tuning in live with us, I appreciate you. You're a real one. Don't forget to say hi in the live chat. I have the live window open, so if you have any comments, I'll try and relay them here. We are all in the Zoom call. But if you're watching this during the week, if you're watching the replay, I really want to thank you for tuning in. And of course, you can, if you look in the comments, you might see timestamps provided by Kit Wren, who will be reading today as well. You can scroll through and find performers. But other than that, check everyone out. If you haven't a chance, follow them on social media, check out their work. If you have an opportunity, maybe purchase books if you really love their work. But let us know who you loved. I'm going to kick it off. Since we have kind of a shorter list than usual, I'm going to kick it off with one of my own, and then we're going to go ahead and hand it off to the list. I got one, and then maybe I'll also close out the night after Dan gives me permission to. But this one is called Windblown World, a Chuco love song. How it starts. I am a hopeful romantic, nomadic in his antics, frantic for the flight of words to slam in the heartstrings. Except incoherent mumblings are the inept incantations drawn from the abyss of my pen's empty kiss. I've had many poems eaten by the clumsy dance of a backspace button. You are my work in progress. Isn't that all we ever are? See, I want to make music. I want that dark, smoky, aromatic tone that legends like Lester Young, Ben Webster, and Art Lewis painted their masterpieces in, when there was nothing left to yearn for, to culminate and orchestrate inky sonic thumbprints soaked in the lusty allure of dark corridors and light post forever musings of stardust flicker flame passageways. 5:07 a.m. The cosmos are crunched, and stacks of what have you nonsensical rumblings ruminate on the frothy, jazz-licked rememberings of your familiar afterkiss. Perhaps this sensitive heart is penance from a past life, for even a tangential universe such as this can explode a kiss into atomic whiplash. This is your love song. So when life is bringing you down, don't forget that ever essential elemental presence and breath, like You see, I sling freeform bebop impulses into a Chuco skyline, sonic smoke signals that swirl and twirl into the air and become misguided mockingbird melodies in search of its music. You, you, you sing sandstorm, rebop, rememories. Cuando yo te vi, mi corazón bailó. Cuando yo te vi, mi corazón bailó. See, there are 100,000 heartbeats in a day, but the ones that sound like jazz are for you. This is our metaphorical music, our windblown world. Thank you. And that is a piece dedicated to all my artistic friends willing to be bold and brave and take that courageous leap to share their work in front of everyone. Appreciate it. Alrighty then. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, it's, I never open up shows with peace, so it's cool to do that this one time. But let's go ahead and get tonight started. We have a pretty good list, and we're gonna go ahead and start off in El Paso. And we're gonna go ahead and introduce someone everybody loves. Let's go ahead and welcome Robin Schofield to the stage. What's up, Robin? How are you today?
Hey, Richie. Hey, everybody. I'm still suffering a little bit from jet lag, but see, why am I not spotlighted here? There we go. All right. So I'm going to do a couple of things that I've been working on. And the first one I don't really have a title for, maybe Summertime or something. No neighbors pass inside my gate while the hummingbirds punctuate petunia and flame anisacanthus. My mind is God poor. Rough to transplant the roots of Pavonia after the time for robins and hawks to cross sky paths. Desert willow blooms in the summer, but my mind is God poor. No neighbors pass inside my gate. I dig at the weeds outside the gate and lean on my hoe, which is God poor. I water the fruitless plum outside the gate. We will see if it survives the summer. Its leaves are yellowish and God poor. I think this plum tree is dead. I think I'm out here watering a dead plum tree. Neighbors I don't see, my mind is God poor. So, and this is a poem I wrote a long time ago, but I've got a new version of it. Just a few changes. It's called My Roan Stallion, after Christopher Middleton's My Red Cow. My roan stallion waltzes through twilight. My roan stallion on his heron legs. My roan stallion lives in a house, not a barn. My roan stallion with his lamp and his books. My roan stallion graces the table. He says amen to the hollow bones. I eat with my roan stallion falafel and tabbouleh and hummus. My roan stallion has come from the Middle East, but he will not go back to the olive tree. My roan stallion dances to the radio blues. Once he starred in Preservation Hall. My roan stallion rows a boat on Caballo Lake. I worry that he will go too far. My roan stallion with a lantern for a face. Give him a deck of playing cards. My roan stallion is the king of diamonds. He is not the measure of a man's worth. He measures himself by tufts of grass, by snails and mockingbird song. My roan stallion purifies me in the black range. He will break my bad habits once and for all. My roan stallion will at least have to think of the women he stalls in their tracks. My roan stallion cannot be taken too seriously. He will eat the pretenders alive. My roan stallion will jump out of my hat. Beware when you see him fall into the future. True, I have thought of him as mine, but the roan stallion wouldn't like to be owned. So that's what I got tonight. Thanks very much, everybody.
All right. Hey, thank you. How was that? Your first time back since going across beyond the pond, as they say.
Oh yeah, jet lag is terrible, man. Yeah, I lost the whole night in Denver too, but had a great time in England. Wrote some good poetry while I was over there and on the way back. So I look forward to reading it to y'all one of these days. But it's still in the notebook right now.
Excellent. Yeah, I look forward to that as well. Great to have you back, Robin. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Awesome. Let's see. Also, yeah, if you're just tuning in, Robin Schofield has some awesome books. You can find Robin online Facebook and also just look them up as well, uh, including the most recent one, Flow. All right, but there's always more in the works, right? Okay, so what is up, everyone? Welcome to the online mic. We still have plenty of rooms if you want to sign up, and you're watching on YouTube. The link to sign up is in the description, by the way. So as you're watching people and you feel inspired and perhaps today is the day you sign up to perform, then you're more than welcome to. Anyone's welcome here, as long as we respect space in each other. So we're actually going to go ahead and move on from El Paso and do some traveling. That's one of my favorite things to do here is just we get to go from coast to coast. We get to go international at the snap, at just a snap. So we're going to go ahead and go to Pittsburgh and see what we have going on with Vale Larkin, who's also doing a great event tomorrow. We'll let them talk about it. What's up, Vale? How are you right now?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Great to see you. Yeah, go ahead and do your thing. I know you got some drafts you want to, or some stuff you want to, drafty stuff. There you go. I love that.
Um, yeah, I'm doing an event tomorrow. It's called Pride Month United, and it is a queer, trans, LGBTQIA plus reading, poetry reading. We've got a great lineup of people, including our feature Teresa Davis out of Atlanta, who's an international slam champion. She's the winner of the world slam champion, among other major competitions. And these two poems are very rough drafts that I've been writing between last night and today. They were last edited immediately before the show started. Trigger warning for racist and transphobic violence. When I say to this feminist that justice is intersectional, it's not a priority, she says. She is white. Why is she always white? And why am I constantly disappointed? Abortion rights have to be our focus, she says. Like vision is monochromatic, no detail, no texture, just a thick, pale fog, cloying and toxic. They will send tear gas into black bodies tonight, tomorrow, and on and on. All those abortions hanging in the air and choking everyone but the abortionists in their riot gear and malice. But tell me again about priorities. Tonight, a boy they were wrong about discovers his body is betraying him, turning him into a box, a container, and he wants it to stop, and he wants to escape. So tomorrow, he swallows a barrel, like one mouth can contain all that death. But it doesn't, and the boy dies alone. But tell me again about priorities. Tomorrow night, and every night after, forever, rape without end, world without mercy, those women, those girls, those children will suffer, and no one will hear them or show them their worth. But tell me once again about the priorities. This next one, I don't think there are any trigger warnings for this one. It's about the current situation. I don't think abortion as a topic needs a trigger warning, but I do use the word. Poetry post row. He reads a poem. I was going to do a disclaimer. This is not about any poetry night I've ever been to. This is a thought experiment, an imaginary poetry night, Mike, which is sort of populated by all of the worst dudes I have met at poetry mics. Imaginary poetry mic. Poetry post row. He reads a poem he says is about women's rights, where he uses war as a metaphor and mostly sounds like a sociopath. I somehow doubt his empathy. The next man says a bad word and is removed. This man says his poem is called Abortion, and he describes in lovingly clinical detail exactly what happens during childbirth, episiotomy to epidural, like the whitest of writers detailing the death of a black man by cops. Like that's needed. Like it's necessary to see red and taste metal to understand. Kind of assumes no one understands already. The white women in the room look uncomfortable. The white queers in the room look increasingly irate, and most of them are typing furiously by the end, but they do not look up from their phones. The black folks sigh and roll their eyes, and they look so tired, and I just want to scream, "Shut up!" to the man with the poem, but I don't, because it's not my place, and I'm waiting for the people in place to shout, or at least say something. But everyone is just uncomfortable and polite, like me. I feel failure and cowardice like a vice on my throat. Cameras flash in the eyes of the viewers, showing them up in caricature glare, all their clean lines and privilege, all their neat beards and neat pearls, neat children. They drip saliva while he reads. I wonder how to abort this reading. I wonder how to choose peace. I wonder if he actually believes he is helping.
Alrighty then. Those are some great questions. How do you choose peace in a place like this? Yeah, good questions. And you already shared the link for the event tomorrow. I know I'm really looking forward to that. Last thing, is there anything else, your social media, anything you'd like to promote before we move on?
Yeah, I'm at Vale Larkin on Instagram, at Larkin Vale on Twitter, just to be confusing, and Vale Larkin, all one word, on Linktree. And yeah, the Eventbrite link for audience tickets. The tickets are free, but we will be accepting donations to a common fund to divide evenly among all the readers.
All right, excellent. And yeah, really looking forward to that. I already have my ticket. So if you're watching this right now, go hit that up on YouTube. I posted the link in the chat, so you have no excuse. Just click on it. It's as easy as that, and go support a great event. As far as donations go, we'll take care of that on the day of. Okay, cool. Awesome. We're looking forward to that. Thank you, Vale. And very appropriate, very relevant poems. I know a lot of us have had that weighing on us, so sometimes we'll use our art to get through that. Thank you. All righty then, let's see. Oh, hey, we have a new sign up. We got Terry Rose in the house. What's up, Terry? Glad you signed up today. Added you to the list, and we will update as it yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and continue. We're going to go from Pittsburgh to nearby the land of Cleves. Last time his friend John Hammond started the show. But right now, sorry, I was going to make a elaborate Hammond cheese joke, but I lost the way. I lost the path to it. It's going to be there. But right now we got urban cowboy poet who has a book on the way pretty soon, so we're excited about that. UCP, how are you doing today? Welcome back to the show, man.
I'm doing good. Yeah, thank John Hammond for standing in for me, and he and his dinosaurs. Yeah, I'm one of the first 15, as is Terry Rose, and we got a book, and I can take pre-orders and everything at my PayPal, at my mail, email, which I'll put in the chat. Whatever. So I got news stick. I just wrote another urban legend, which is not in the book, and well, still writing it, sort of work in progress. But I did it on Nuyo, and he had a theme for this week: PTSD. Really fun, frolicking theme. And actually, I went first, so it got my silliness out of the way before all the serious poets come on. So I did a poem on the. Well, it's an urban legend, but it fit the theme for the week before, which was beer, wine, and alcohol. Party animal. 3 fun-loving Swedes rode a ferry to Denmark. Sven suggested they pay a visit to a wildlife park. The first time abroad for these young Swedish nationals, they sought an adventure with some party animals. They loaded the Jeep and themselves with fine Danish beer and drove around to see what beasts would come near. Lions and leopards lounging in the grass did not turn their heads as the noisy Jeep passed. But the raucous trio had caught the eye of some hoofed herbivores as the Jeep clattered by. Luke thought one idea would be good for a laugh. He opened the sunroof, offered beer to a giraffe. That tall beast looked thirsty, ran around the plane. Luke bet he loved Tuborg as much as any Dane. Ollie kept driving. The giraffe easily kept up, running at high speed and lapping from the cup. Its long blue tongue scared them. Sven wanted to stop. He pushed a lever to close the Jeep's top. The beast didn't pull out. His head became trapped. He began to upchuck all the beer that he'd lapped. The sunroof was stuck. Gobs of giraffe puke were now covering Sven and Ollie and Luke. The trio was ejected from the wildlife park and told they could never return to Denmark. A new group of visitors gave the keeper a call. Why can't we get close to the tallest of all? He runs away fast when approached by a Jeep, but no zoo will take him. He's ours to keep. Our only giraffe is forever spooked by an encounter with a Swede named Luke. Oh dear, what can the matter be? The poor critter suffers from PTSD. So I got that theme in too. Thank you. I'll do one about California that I never do when I'm in California, which I am sometimes, and probably see the reason why. Fire diving. On a hot day in the summer, Charlie did what he loved most. He went scuba diving off the California coast. No better way to keep cool than exploring in the water. But what Charlie didn't know was that his day would get much hotter. As he was hunting clams and stuff and flippering around, from above the surf, he heard a whoopa whoopa sound. Charlie got to wondering just what that could be, and a round metallic vessel started submerging in the sea. He felt himself being pulled aboard by some powerful suction. What the heck was going on? Alien abduction? Was Charlie being hijacked to some aqueous moon of Jupiter by flippered beings who think that he's just like them, only stupider? Now, when Charlie was out there swimming around and playing scuba games, 100 square miles of forest land was going up in flames. The U.S. Forest Service had to set its plan in motion. They sent a fleet of aircraft to scoop water from the ocean. 200 flying saucer, just a Forest Service chopper, carrying seawater, fishes, crabs, and Charlie in its hopper. When the pilot dumped a bucket on his patch he aimed to soak, Charlie landed in the branches of a black and red oak. He dived equipped with tank and mask, flippers, and wetsuit. but he forgot to bring along his fireproof parachute. I skipped one verse, I'm going to go back. 1 minute Charlie's in the sea, then in the wild blue yonder. Next thing he knows, he's fighting fires. He's become a first responder. Later, when the Rangers surveyed damage they could see, they spied a curious crispy critter hanging in a tree. Is that a bear way up there? One ranger had to ask. Not unless a bear would wear 2 flippers and a mask. California firemen's wives were so proud of their spouses who fought to save the pot farms and the $1 million houses. If you'd asked old Charlie's wife, she'd have said the chance was 0 that her scuba diving hubby would turn out to be a hero. When they ID'd Charlie, his wife cried, but her head couldn't be held higher. He was credited with extinguishing 2 square yards of fire. Fate's a bitch when a man goes diving looking for adventures. And why so burn so bad he must be ID'd by his intentions. Thank you. Messed that up a little bit, but not much.
No, it's all right, man. I love it. We enjoyed. I forgot to mention, but you play guitar, right?
What?
You play
Guitar?
guitar? Yeah.
No, not really.
No. Oh man, you know what I would love is to hear like these folk tales with a little bit of like a little guitar in the background. It's kind of hard to talk and play an instrument at the same time though. So
yeah, that's hard. Or sing too. I sing and I play sax, but I can't do them at the same time.
Oh man. All right, cool. So once again, if people want to pick up your book, they can hit you up through PayPal. And I guess the best way to do that is just send you a message, right?
Yes, or just send me a message if you want some other way to play. Or you can just PayPal me through my email. I'll put that all in the chart. This legend didn't get in the book. Well, it's not even completely written, but I had read it. I know I had read it years ago, and then I couldn't find it for years, so I just winged it.
Oh, right on.
It was funny. What?
Oh, right on, man.
I thought it was funny with the giraffe and puking and stuff. Okay, yeah, I'll write this in. Urban Cowboy Poetry on YouTube and Facebook for my videos. And get the book.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And yeah, over there spitting bars as well. You rhymed for laugh with giraffe. That made me laugh. All right. I love it. Okay, so check it out. Have Ed Potastic. He is not here yet, so we'll get him a little later on in the show, which is usually where he gets on. But we're gonna go ahead and welcome a debut here for this show, which is always really exciting. Joining us from California, Keith Marr is a spoken word poet, psychotherapist, and multicultural trainer. He uses poetry to ask questions about race, identity, self-love, and social justice. He works with the power of fierce vulnerability to create emotionally compelling storytelling. Great to have you here today. Let's go ahead and welcome for the first time here at BWOMS, Keith Marr. How are you doing today, sir?
It's great to be here. It's an honor. I've heard so many good things about your gathering, Richie. So I'm finally here and I'm excited. So this piece is dedicated to all of the victims of Asian hate. As some of you may know, in the last year, the incident of Asian hate crimes has gone up 339%, 339%. And it's still going on every day. I was going to retire this piece, but I keep hearing more and more stories. And as long as there's a need to share this, I'm going to do it. I just feel like I need to tell my people stories. Okay, so with that being said, this is called Ode to Basketball and Asian America. And it goes a little something like this. It's about time we celebrated ourselves. It's about damn time we reclaimed ourselves. We reclaim ourselves through our spoken word. America, we are thousands of stories you've never heard. Like stories on the basketball court, the highest court in the land, where I'm lost in the flow. I'm the shake and bake and the pick and roll. My flow is so fluid, I'm liquid. As the master Bruce said, be like H2O. I'm the athletic and the poetic, the aesthetic and the kinetic. Each dribble a prayer, each shot a meditation. I'm dancing with God at the church of the 3-point shot. When a voice rings out, hey, Egg Foo Young, excuse me, really? Let me break it down. I am not a food, motherfucker. And why are we always called foods? Why did Jeremy Lin hear taunts of orange peel chicken at the free throw line? Why was Jet Li called dim sum? Why was Manny Pacquiao told to shut up, go home, and make sushi? Never mind that Manny is Filipino and sushi is, well, you know, but I digress. What I do know is ever since I was young, America, you keep asking, just what are you? Where are you from? And when I say Fresno, California, you say, no, where are you from? You say, where were you born? When I say Fresno, California, you say, no, I mean, where were you really born? What I mean is, where was your mother born? When I say Fresno, California, you say, okay, what I really mean is, where was your grandmother born? And I say, would you believe Fresno, California? But now the questions have turned to violence. Now, when a young Asian woman, a friend of my daughter's, who could be my daughter, walks down a West LA street, she's pelted with eggs by a carload of white men who shout, go back to your own country. Now, an 83-year-old Korean grandmother is knocked to the ground, kicked in the head, left bleeding, while her female assailant yells, white power. Now 6 Asian women are murdered in Atlanta. Now a 79-year-old man in Chinatown is set on fire. Now an Asian woman is punched 150 times in the head. Now a Bay Area city councilman is bashed in the head with a cinder block by 2 men and has to be treated at the hospital. This was 2 days ago. Now I carry a stout wooden stick in my backpack wherever I go. After 5 generations, I am still an alien in the land of my birth. People ask if I speak English when I open my front door. For a moment, I'm that 5-year-old on the playground I was before. I take that 5-year-old by the hand. Together, we look America straight in the eye, and we say, America, you are a home with the front door closed. We say, America, where are we from? We're from the land of Guangdong, where the mountains meet the sea. We're from an ancient bloodline of military generals and fierce Asian warriors. We say, my father and my 6 uncles received the Congressional Gold Medal of Honor for their service defending our country during World War II. We say you can't get more American than that. We say, America, we are not what you're expecting to see. America, we are not what you want us to be. We are not your one-dimensional, cardboard, feminized, pasteurized, modern-day coolie model minority. We are not your scapegoat. We are not your sidekick. We are not your punchline. We are a luminous dream that our forefathers sing. We are an incandescent seed bursting forth across this land. We are the strength and resilience of those imprisoned in the camps. We're the railroad workers who drove the spikes but were left out of the dance, whose lost lives birthed a new saying, ain't got a Chinaman's chance. We're the heartbreak and the heartache that we will never, ever, ever, ever shake. For the murder without justice of Vincent Chin, who on the night of his bachelor party had his skull bashed onto the pavement by a baseball bat, and whose two convicted, yes, I said convicted killers never spent a single day in jail because the judge said, these are not the kind of boys that belong in jail, but whose death was the catalyst for the Asian American movement, were the infinite sorrows of the talking walls of the Chinese immigrants on Angel Island. We are overcoming our historical traumas. We are learning self-love. And at the end of the day, we are Carlos Bolason, who still carried America in his heart after all that he had endured. And we have not lost hope in the promise of what America can be. My brothers and sisters, if a seed must be planted, if a dream is needed, then now is the time. It is about time we celebrated ourselves. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you for that,
Yeah.
Keith. Amazing. Did you have one more? We have some time if you had another one prepared. No pressure, though.
I could, can you give me a chance to find it? Maybe I could, maybe I don't want to hold things up. Could I come back? Could you come back to me?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. I think we have enough room on the list. But really quick, though, for people who are tuning in and seeing you for the first time, how can people follow you online and support your work? Do you have a website, a book? How can we support you, man?
Well, I'm kind of new to the social media thing. So I'm on Facebook under Keith Marr, and I started an Instagram recently. It's at Enter the Poet. Enter the Poet.
All right, right on. So we'll definitely share those. And if you have any links, feel free to share in the chat. And yeah, let me know when you're ready. We can come back to you because we're still waiting on a few people anyway. So cool. Glad you can read that, share those pieces. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, awesome. Let's see. All right. So that's from we're going to go from West Coast back to East Coast. And our next performer, according to his sign up, he's always coming from the wildest of places. Today he says he's coming from the Kremlin. It's our main man from Maine. Let's go ahead and welcome back to the stage, Generalissimo. What's going on, Brian? How you doing today?
I'll tell you the things that you hear when you're hiding in a closet in Putin's office. Oh my God, you just don't want to know. Okay, let's see what's going on here. The first poem I am going to do is a concrete poem, and I asked to share the screen. So let me see if I have the right one here. Here we go. And it was my entry into Finn Hall's Joined Up Writing. He's a Scottish poet, and he has over 100 poets from around the world. And you're given the last line of the previous poet's poem, and then you can take 1 or 2 words to build your poem on it. And this is the last line. It's ghost-ridden embrace forever unraveling across the landscape of our futures. And this is my poem, The Real Reason the Pyramids Were Built. I was told a decision I made could unravel my future, but time, AKA past, present, and future, is in a constant state of flux. Present becomes past when future happens. This cycle continues on a moment-by-moment basis ad infinitum. Think of time as a ball of yarn with just enough yarn to roll down the side of a Giza pyramid. One end of the ball of yarn is attached to a post at the top of the pyramid. As it rolls down the side of the pyramid, unraveling, a waggly-tailed Labrador retriever impatiently awaits its arrival because its owner had soaked a tennis ball in beef broth, let it dry out, then threaded and wrapped enough yarn to roll down the side of a Giza pyramid around the ball. As the ball of yarn unraveled, the desert wind sent the scent of beef to the dog. When the tennis ball arrived, the dog grabbed the ball in its mouth, pulled it till the final length of yarn exited the ball. Think of the complete ball of yarn as the past, which turned into the present as it unraveled and finally became the future when the dog started gnawing on it. So if someone ever tells you a mistake you made can unravel your future, tell them the physics of time disallows for the future to unravel. And I have 2 more poems that came from Tumblewords. Chris Kayla did an amazing Tumblewords this weekend. And wow, you know, Tumblewords just always is such a great thing. So we're so lucky to have Donna and Kit Wren, and, you know, and I hope Donna's doing well. I don't know what's going on with her right now, but I know that she went through surgery. So I was just looking at all this right here. I think this is it. Okay. So the first is how I got a PhD in surviving heartbreak. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? I was an awkward 18 when I discovered the existence of Tina Turner and her video for Let's Stay Together. I was in love. Sorry. I fell in love with her aura. Her aura surpassed her sensuality. As Tina Turner's aura is a gift to the world. When I watched her sing, she was singing to me. She always sang for everyone in the world. Tina Turner is a woman who knows her skin is an x-ray of her soul whenever she leans into a microphone. When Professor Tina sings, she teaches us the good Lord designed the human heart to be broken and spontaneously regenerate. A heart loses pieces of itself every time it breaks, but gains resilience for its inhabitant. So a person can share more of their heart after each next time their heart breaks. And excuse me, the next poem, where did I have it? Oh, here it is. Sorry. It's called Why Roller Coasters Need Surge Protectors. Every once in a while, I write a love poem about a past love. I read it over and over in silence till I read it aloud, which makes me both laugh and cry because all romances are like roller coasters, or maybe log rides that splash water on me to dampen the adrenaline that surges through my being from the lightest touch of a fingertip or the gentlest of kisses. But every touch and kiss can't last forever. And every love poem is about history, which retells memories, and remembering history reminds us roller coasters have long, creaky uphills and downhills that take our breath away. And if we survive the loop-de-loops, we experience dizziness that feels like the morning after drinking too much tequila. A love poem can feel like a down feather bed with satin sheets until I read it aloud, then it becomes a straw mattress on a dirt floor after being kidnapped by a Colombian drug gang, which reminds me a love poem can be a love poem and a heart poem at the same time. And all roller coasters and log rides are rides we wait in long lines to experience, but must always come to an end. Thank you, everyone. And I'm just going to put all my info in the chat. I am doing a Cafe Journalism on Monday, July 4th. So feel free to come, and thank you. And also I'm doing this Collapse Press open mic, which is a Friday night on Friday the 29th. I don't have the Zoom information for it yet, but that would be a really nice thing to have people come to that.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you, Generalissimo. And of course, as always, you're quick with it with all the links and everything provided. So I'll make sure to transfer those as well. Yeah, definitely. If you guys are available July 4th, check out Cafe Generalissimo, a nice little spot to hang out and share some work, hang out, meet some of the poets. I'm sure most of you guys have already maybe had a chance to check it out already. Yeah, it's been hard for me working during the day, but hopefully soon. Alrighty then. Once again, welcome to the online open mic. We do this here every Monday as well, 8 p.m. Mountain Time till pretty much till we finish. There's no like, I don't know. We're just here. We're hanging out. We're sharing pieces. In fact, so our next performer is also one of the Fierce 15. She's joining us from New Jersey. Just signed up. So let's go ahead and bring back. Always great to have her back on the show. Let's go ahead and welcome Terry Rose. What's going on? Hey, Terry.
Hi. Hello. I don't know. I don't have my book out. I could get my book and just read straight from my book, or I could read some more like things that I just more have to do with what's going on right now with everything being all screwed up. So I was in a haiku workshop with Chanson, and every I think second and fourth Sunday he has a workshop. And so if anybody's interested or has time to participate in that, I'm sure he would love to have you. So we were writing about values, and our prompts were, what kind of person do I want to be for others? And then there was a lot more, but I didn't get to the lot more. I just got to the first few. So I'm going to just read a few of them. Golden rule of values. Impossible to achieve. No unselfish acts. But if not for God's ripped open heart healed by him, I would not be here. Reverse Roe versus Wade. Not having choices sucks ass. Human rights exist. Reverse Roe versus Wade. You do not know my story. We are not killers. Reverse Roe versus Wade. You do not own my body. We deserve better. We fought to be here. Stepping backwards 30 years. Politics be damned. And then I wrote this other one, which is a little long for me, but I think we can get through it. This is a prompt I got off of somebody else's poem. I heard it in a couple of different poems, so they almost all have been in the same workshop, but we're on the same wavelength. The difference between a graveyard and a garden is what is planted. If only that wasn't true about what we grown children playing in the earth's sandbox are hiding. The earth that was put here to nourish us, giving us sustenance, and in its labor pains new life, we have forsaken our mother. In our ignorance, we have tried to drown out the collective screams of those who gave their lives for our continued refusal to learn from the bloody history. We do not seek knowledge in our folly. We have forgotten that we were given the job of gardener. What is different now than at the beginning of time? The creation of man, the story goes that the original sin was committed, and when they realized what they had done, they hid from God. We are still hiding, covering up our atrocities. We are still children in adult bodies, trying to hide from our mothers what we have done. Incapable of growth, never evolving, which is why that theory is still a theory. Are we no better than a science experiment gone wrong? Were we abandoned as a species for our violence? We are not evolved, not even human, or what we believe is human. Murdering what we don't wish to understand, to expand our minds, causes us to face the truth that we are monsters. We are meaningless in the grand scheme of things. We are smaller than microscopic dots in the universe, which is so much grander than we can ever hope to be. Where does this leave us? Some would say we are fucked. We've done it to ourselves. We continue to do it, and we'll probably destroy ourselves because we don't want to accept the truth about all this. With the knowledge comes the power which some have misused to elevate themselves by pushing down and repressing others by whatever means they had at their disposal. We don't feel good about ourselves. We can't face our finite and meaningless existence. We try to find meaning by giving ourselves this false sense of power. We are powerless because we are meaningless. We serve no purpose other than to exist for as long as we are alive, and then we die. The wisest man was supposedly Solomon. Oops. Oh, he prayed for knowledge. He said that all is vanity. There is nothing new under the sun. And the best that we can do is to tend the garden. That's my piece. And this is my
Awesome.
book.
There it is.
behind me.
Yeah, there it is.
If anybody is interested in a copy of my book, there's a couple of things you can do. One, you can private message me on iFunny's Mom on Instagram. Two, you can private message me on Facebook. Or I suggest doing one of those two things before you do this third thing. The third thing being send $15 to PayPal at my email address, which I will put in the chat.
Excellent. Thanks for letting us know so succinctly. I love it. Thank you so much. And congrats on the book. Awesome stuff.
Thank you.
All right. All right. We keep adding people to the list. Feeling good. Looking good. How you guys doing? Happy Monday. Let's go ahead and take a look at our list. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and come back to El Paso for our next two performers. And he's been here since day one. In fact, he was even here for our pilot episode, which was unaired. We did a whole Zoom session just so we can try it out. That's right. Let's go ahead and make some noise and welcome Mr. Monday Night, Kit Wren, to the stage. Take it away, Kit.
Hey, yep, been here since day zero. How about that? Okay. Three of mine, and then the cover poem. Reading this first one just because Reggie brought it up in the chat, and it's one of my favorites, if I'm allowed to have a favorite of my own. Does seem arrogant, doesn't it? Whatever. I'm allowed to be arrogant. It's fine. It's called The Reformation. The comedians have renounced raunch and transphobia and hatred in general. They have seen their folly, they tell me. They credit me for their Damascene moment. They line up and say sorry and thank you as if it is all one word, a chant for newly shaved Hare Krishnas. They have set up this event, the first of its kind post-pandemic, to prove their sincerity to me. One approaches the mic, and then another. They are all reading aloud from the same worn copy of Capitalism and Schizophrenia by Giles Delois. They pass the one copy between themselves as they all take their turn, going for exactly 7 minutes each. It has a used tag from a college bookstore, the University of Vermont. Charlie the Catamount is just barely smiling at me from the crinkled sticker on the spine. Their faces as they perform are intense, and as the others sit and watch, they are rapt. One is taking notes. My companion and I retreat to the patio, and by his leave, I smoked my first cigarette in 4 years. One by one, the comedians follow me out, eager and pleading like seminary students. Is this better? Are we better? Kit, have we made up for our sins and our wayward lives? The truth is, I don't know. The truth is, I thought I would always have to fight the comedians for saying one awful thing or another. I viewed it as a responsibility that I had to the scene. And the truth is, I have a middle management bred paranoia about what it means when a responsibility gets taken away. The truth is, I liked to fight against the comedians so much that I didn't give a thought to what victory would look like. The truth is, I confess to the one with the notebook, I haven't read very much theory. And next one, after Adam Zagajewski and Sam Sachs, this one is titled A Prayer for the Mutilators of the World. Can name about 6 of them at least. May all your faith be misplaced. May all your weaknesses be flashing and obvious. May the parts of you you've chosen to starve still shuffle on, malnourished and nagging like a certain cricket. May you come to a moment of contrition and sorrow, and may your path to rehabilitation be inconvenient and daunting so that we can be firm in your sincerity. Forgiveness is available for everyone, but you have to seek it. And we must be sure you didn't stumble in blind and accidental. May you look around and see yourself alone and understand how counterfeit your brotherhood is. Yukio Mishima, the only fascist worth remembering, put into the mouth of his last character, if he was not real, I am no longer sure if I am even an I. I'm not asking you to commit harakiri, as Mishima did. It's complicated and expensive, and even your blood won't get out of my genes. But I want you to sit with that question. Am I an I? May it pop into your head every time that night becomes morning. May it visit you at every silent place. May it haunt you and stall you at the crucible as your starved kindness cries for water. And a short one, equally political, but a bit more optimistic. This one has no title, but happy Pride, everyone. I want all the trans men growing their first wispy, irregular beards to know that I am proud of them. You had a very specific dream and vision and fought against all social currents to both be and become yourself. Soon, this will just be another thing to keep clean. A ruler-ready measure of sloth. But in the same way that unathletic I can tell what a coach said wrong by the way his sophomore safety backpedals, I suspect that you know more than I do about this masculinity racket. And our proud tradition, the cover poem. Today I picked An American Poem by Eileen Miles. This is going to have some statements of identity that are not strictly true for me, but it's a poem. Don't worry about it. An American Poem by Eileen Miles. I was born in Boston in 1949. I never wanted this fact to be known. In fact, I've spent the better half of my adult life trying to sweep my early years under the carpet and have a life that was clearly just mine and independent of the historic fate of my family. Can you imagine what it was like to be one of them? To be built like them, to talk like them, to have the benefits of being born into such a wealthy and powerful American family? I went to the best schools, had all kinds of tutors and trainers, traveled widely, met the famous, the controversial, and the not so admirable. And I knew from a very early age that if there were ever any possibility of escaping the collective fate of this famous Boston family, I would take that route, and I have. I hopped on an Amtrak to New York in the early 70s, and I guess you could say my hidden years began. I thought, well, I'll be a poet. What could be more foolish and obscure? I became a lesbian. Every woman in my family looks like a dyke, but it's really stepping off the flag when you become one. While holding this ignominious pose, I have seen and I have learned, and I am beginning to think there is no escaping history. A woman I am currently having an affair with said, you know, you look like a Kennedy. I felt the blood rising in my cheeks. People have always laughed at my Boston accent, confusing large for lodge, party for potty. But when this unsuspecting woman invoked for the first time my family name, I knew the jig was up. Yes, I am a Kennedy. My attempts to remain obscure have not served me well. Starting as a humble poet, I quickly climbed to the top of my profession, assuming a position of leadership and honor. It is right that a woman should call me out now. Yes, I am a Kennedy, and I await your orders. You are the new Americans. The homeless are wandering the streets of our nation's greatest city. Homeless men with AIDS are among them. Is that right? That there are no homes for the homeless, that there is no free medical help for these men and women, that they get the message as they are dying, that this is not their home. And how are your teeth today? Can you afford to fix them? How high is your rent? If art is the highest and most honest form of communication of our times, and the young artist is no longer able to move here to speak to her time, yes, I could, but that was 15 years ago. And remember, as I must, I am a Kennedy. Shouldn't we all be Kennedys? This nation's greatest city is home of the businessman and home of the rich artist, people with beautiful teeth who are not on the streets. What shall we do about this dilemma? Listen, I have been educated. I have learned about Western civilization. Do you know what the message of Western civilization is? I am alone. Am I alone tonight? I don't think so. Am I the only one with bleeding gums tonight? Am I the only homosexual in this room tonight? Am I the only one whose friends have died, are dying now? And my art can't be supported until it is gigantic, bigger than everyone else's, confirming the audience's feeling that they are alone, that they alone are good, deserve to buy the tickets to see this art, are working, are healthy, should survive, and are normal. Are you normal tonight? Everyone here, are we all normal? It is not normal for me to be a Kennedy, but I am no longer ashamed, no longer alone. I am not alone tonight because we are all Kennedys, and I am your president.
And with that, he has performed Alchemy. Right on. Kit. Awesome. So for people who are not as inclined, how can people follow you online and check out your work?
All right. Sing along if you know the words at home. Instagram at Kit Ran Away, Twitter at Kit Talk Sports, which is a little different than tonight, but not that different. I try to merge them, and that's where this next site comes in, kofi.com/KitWren. I have a lot of very belletristic essays about the history of American football. You can find me on Facebook easy enough. My PayPal is connected to my email if you want to drop something in the tip jar, or you could just send me an email because it's right there. Tumbleworks is taking this Saturday off, but we will be back on July 9th with local personality Sarah Addison, Juba DeGrio hosting. And that should be a great and productive time. Tumbleworks every Saturday, 1 to 3 Mountain. And see ya.
All righty then. Awesome. All right, yo. Thanks, Kit. As always, like I said, we do have these shows archived, so you can go back on our YouTube channel and check out all 107 or 108 something episodes that we've done so far. And Kit has gone by on his own free time and has added timestamps, so you can go and archive your own performances. I definitely recommend it if you guys have a chance. And if you haven't, definitely go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Decided that we should try and bump up the subscriber count a little bit. The more we can get, I think the better that is for everyone, especially promoting people's projects. Also, again, as always, shout out to Tumblewords. I know so many people that read at this event benefit from it, contribute, and it's just been such a staple here for our local literary scene, especially kind of outside of the academy. But let's go ahead and also share some love Donna's way. Donna Snyder, hope she's doing well, and if you're tuning in, thinking of you. Okay, so coming back, sticking around in El Paso, we do have a return. It's kind of been a while. It's kind of hard to can't remember the last time she read, but you know what, every time it's a treat. So let's go ahead and welcome back to the show. And she has her book out now, which is really exciting. So I'll definitely let her know how you guys can hit her up for one. But let's go ahead and welcome to the stage. Welcome back, Patty. What's going on, Patty? How are you doing tonight?
Oh, good. And yourself?
Excellent.
All right, I'm gonna just go in.
Yeah.
2, maybe 3 pieces. We'll see. First piece. I woke up today thinking I was finally okay. Happy. I felt happy for a second, and in that one single second, the lies of even payments and clear skies almost lifted the veil of darkness that plagued my days. In that second, I almost felt the warmth of sunlight kisses on my skin before it burned me deeper as the venom in the skies poured itself out onto the length of my days. Happy. I almost held it longer than melting water between the creases of my skin, almost wasn't left thirsty until the family of a second came marching in as minutes and hours begged itself to come into days with anything but the feeling of actual happy. And then I became me again. Just me and anything but happy. So, first piece. Second piece. I've been searching for the yellow brick road. Seek courage when every kitchen drawer was out of extra light bulbs. Tried to contain love in a glass jar when the beating of my heart was far too loud for me to hush. Miscalculated the concept of time when choosing the moments that take my breath away and in those in which gave life to more possible possibilities. I made a home at the edge of a cliff when all that was needed was logs and a fire at the bottom of this mountain. Wasting away the moments I've spent wishing myself a traveler somewhere else when I simply could unpack my bags here. I could simply carry my own jar of paint and color the passages in which I'd like. Paint it green to trick the flowers to bloom here rather than there. Paint it pink so I'll always think the sun is rising, even if the sky is marked another color. Paint it blue so my feet will think I'm walking in the sky and I'll know no limit but the height of a cloud I keep seeing as further and further up ahead. I've been searching for a yellow brick road that tricked me into hearing musicals when the branches of the tree only tap when the wind blows strong. I seeked courage when I had to see to the beanstalk that had no giant, the climb that would bring out a strength I never knew of, for the out-of-service elevator was never meant to be fixed. I've been searching for the yellow brick road when it was purple all along. And then last piece, which I will read from my book. I buried myself beneath the dirt that always laid above my palms, wept at the engraving meant to define my absence. I wrote a poem today to say everything I could not, deleted each word that spoke too boldly, removed syllables that said too much. I screamed at the top of my lungs in the darkness of my mind. The noise itself made me shudder. I walked with nails piercing my toes as if they weren't pulsing at my soul, walked in the direction of the wind, hoping it would carry me. Left the bulbs unlit so the light didn't have to protest the darkness anymore. I laid beneath my sheets already fallen, reached out a million times but never sent the message, spoken words in my mouth without ever actually saying them. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's everything. So how can really quick, how can people order your book or hit you up for that?
Yeah, my marketing team of me sucks, but you can find me on Instagram and you can order. There's a little link on there. It's pretty easy, super cool. Drench Raincoat. You can follow me at Patty's_poetic_life. That's it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. It's good seeing you, Patty. I already got my copy. I'm excited to read it. Well, I don't have it, but I will soon. This is metaphorical. Drenched Raincoat. Look forward to it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, yes. So we actually kind of had him up earlier today, but he wasn't here yet. So let's go ahead and welcome, as always, to the show to bring his positive smile and poet synthesis. Let's go and welcome Ed Poetastic to the show. Ed, what's going on, man? You here with us? Well, I gotta do that thing where I look around and see if he's here. Mr. Eddie Poetastic. It's possible he's not quite. We'll shoot him a message right now. While we wait to see if he is on, we'll come back to him if that's the case, though. Welcome again to the online mic presented by Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. We are based out of El Paso, Texas. So if you're ever in the area, check us out for live events. In fact, this coming Thursday, June 30th, we do have an event at Old Sheepdog Brewery in South Central El Paso, locally craft beer. They have a food truck, and it's a pretty nice space to hang out and share your words. In addition to that, we have venues all throughout the city, all throughout the month. And of course, every Monday we have the online mic. I mentioned the YouTube channel. One of the reasons why I encourage you to subscribe is also I have a lot of video content of performers that I'll be posting, that I have been posting and will be posting. It's been a pretty fun, I guess, hobby that I've been getting into, but it's cool to record people's sharing their work. So, okay, so Ed might not be here just yet. I'm going to shoot him a message. Yo, Ed. We'll come back when you're ready. Okay, but for now, let's go ahead and just kind of keep moving. So we're gonna go ahead and visit. Let's see. Oh yeah, we get to go international again. He's a poet from Malaysia. It's always great when he can tune in, regardless of the construction sounds, because it actually really doesn't get in the way of us. So I always appreciate the work that he brings to the table. Let's go ahead and welcome Julian Matthews to the show. Julian, what is going on?
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, they're gone silent for a bit. Thank God. Let's go with this before they start again. So I have two poems for you, one short and one long. Last week, the open mic run by Kemlin Tan in via Singapore. The prompt was, "You are my keepsake." So I went in a different direction. This is called, "I'm not your keepsake." I'm not your keepsake hidden in a wind-up musical box with a plastic ballerina that pops up and spins on cue. I'm not your cupcake, nor your red velvet cake, your after-meal dessert topped with cream cheese and cherries, your quickie tidbit and afterglow cigarette. I'm your grinding heartache. The bed you make and unmake, the fears in your soaked blanket, the reason you hug your bolster too tight and never switch off the lights. I'm not a snowflake of past seasons, the faded token to be put away and forgotten, the shiny bauble that was broken, shattered, and trashed from your memory, the tyranny of the unspoken. I'm not your keepsake, was never your sake to keep. I'm a sharpened stake, your first and last mistake, an avenging angel guided by prayer, the horror film prequel no one asked for, the never-ending sequel to your every nightmare. It's never too late, just you wait, stay awake, stay awake. Thank you. And the second one requires me to show you some pictures. So there's a little phenomenon that happens sometimes at my place, but I can't seem to share the screen. Why? Can you see that sunlight?
Yeah.
So it's a stream of light that comes through the curtains and makes an exclamation mark on my wardrobe. So let me show you the video. No sound. That was my foot. Yeah. So you can see that.
The poem, we can see the poem.
You can see the poem now?
Yeah, on your Google Doc, yeah.
Oh, you didn't see the video earlier?
Oh, no. Sorry, did not see that.
Okay, never mind. Let me do this. Okay. So there it is. Okay. Our bedroom window faces east. Once too early in the morning on a Sunday, no less, my eyes hooded like an owl's, probably hungover from the previous night of imbibing. I lay there too lazy to get out of bed and spied across me a perfect exclamation point on the wardrobe. I blinked, uncertain whether I was still in dreamland. There was a crack between the curtains that allowed a sliver of sunlight to drizzle in. It stood straight and tall, unwavering and strong, no click of the switch. No lightsaber buzzing on hum, no fireside hiss or crackle to announce its arrival. It appeared silently, magically, and fully formed. As a rookie journalist, a senior editor rebuked me once for using exclamation points in my first story. I never ever did it again. But lately in fiction and poetry, I use it to interject, to bring attention to a word, sentence, or a whole scene at the end of an expletive, or a yell of fear, or a shriek of delight. But this was different. It was pure light, not the usual black on white paper. It was like something alien, outworldly, and it was hard not to endow it with divinity. A beam of blessing, perhaps, even a minor miracle. To think the sun, our closest star, this constant in our lives, our generous celestial neighbor, our brotherly big ball of gas and plasma in our galaxy, our provider of glorious welcome morning hellos and multi-hued brushstroke skies on day's end, And we say it rises and sets daily as if it slept all night, even though it's been always up and burning for 4.6 billion years. This friendly fire, I say friendly as long as it keeps social distancing for 93 million miles. This flickering circle behind the misdirecting magician moon in every show-stopping eclipse, long before the viral newcomer stole its crown and the noun corona. This orb of omnipotent life chose my window, my room, to grace this shaded, unlit man with its unique pinpoint light show just for me. Indeed, exclamation point. Or at least I'd like to believe so. In the early days when the luminescent punctuation made its appearance and I was up to witness it, I saw it as a sign, a bright call to arms, a disarming alarm, a gentle, glowing, glaring order to get out of bed, puny human. Carpe diem, seize the day. Every time it showed up, I was moved to move. This motivating slice of solar magnificence never lost its luster for me. But lately, I just realized it's been missing, gone. Maybe an adjustment in the curtains, or perhaps the Earth's axis moved a little, a minuscule shift in the astronomical heavens, and it stopped coming. Perhaps it recognizes that I no longer need its warm wake-up call anymore, as if to say, my work here is done. Maybe it just got tired of waiting for me to document it in a poem. Maybe it knows, like my editor of old, that the words alone are enough. No exclaiming needed. Perhaps the divine message is not to keep questioning my existence, doubting my relevance, but to just show up, be present, and beam like an exclamation point wherever I am, and to let the little starlight inside guide my way. End poem. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Julian. And also, you mentioned the video. Is there anywhere you posted online where we can see that and see what we had missed? Or at least where we can find you online and all that good stuff? Oh, wait, you're muted.
Can I try sharing screen again? Oh, it's not working. Why?
Yeah, it's available. Oh, I don't know. That's weird.
I can't see my particular window of highlighted. Maybe if I play it first, and then I go and share screen. Ah, there it goes. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, there's the light. That's what you're asking. Okay, now that makes a lot more sense.
Okay, let me replay it. Oh, I love that. Okay, thank you.
That's
Stop
pretty
sharing.
cool. I like that. Thank you for signing up, and it's always great having you, Julian Matthews. Everyone, you go hit him up on Facebook, right? Cool. All right. Thank you, man. That and now I see exactly what you're talking about. Kind of missed it there early on. I was like, yeah, but no, the exclamation mark to sunlight. That's cool. That's a cool image. All right. Looking at the list. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and continue. In fact, we're gonna go from Malaysia to, and I love the location, Bay Paso, which is a nice way of kind of talking about how this internet highway connection between realms. And you hear her of her a lot in Fincabulary events, including karaoke tomorrow. Let's go ahead and welcome to the stage Finn Bell. What's going on? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I tried, I signed up and then I was like, oh my God, I hope they're not like ending early today, but I made it. Yay.
Yeah.
No, Bay Paso is kind of like that one in Big Hero 6. What was it? Sansokyo? Sansokyo, yeah. So I want to just share one thing. I'm experimenting with something. I did one of my old poems as a Misostic poem. So I'm going to share screen, but I know it's not going to come out correctly on the screen, but just bear with me. It's supposed to say something. The letters are going to be, you'll see them because they're in different color. So bear with me. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, can you guys see that? Yay.
Yes.
Okay, so this is an older poem of mine, well, a poem from last year, I think. It's called Vega and Altair. And I did it as a Misostic. So you'll see that the words, the letters in red, make up love and beauty. I am told today the sparrows carry the song, form its shape from beneath the weight of my liver, the rivers part the skies. They were inseparable in their past lives, but chose to forget. How do you cleave twin souls? Where do you place the knife to cut and leave no mark of blood? Like me, they will not recall what every planet anew names them. Love senses how waves were a courtship, a call back and forth, beckoning messages of longing sent in lapping lightning spark code. The rivers part, the skies part, and your beloved face once more familiar. Do we dare step forward? Do we dare tempt fate with our audacity? Breaking hollow bones while we try to balance, our flight does not give us wings. We make our escape, but spines do not become permanent highways. This is the eon that my teardrops will race the younger stars, and we will taunt each other to spin Gaia once, twice on her axis. This is the season when you finally lay down your flute and the skies will not rumble discontent. This is the season your flute charms, enjoys the mercury silver turn of how they whim. Our fingertips know each other's warmth before we forget who we are once upon a time. I do not know your name any longer as your chariot passes between the heavens. Today, I am not in the starlight. That's all from me. Just a chaser.
So yeah, no, that was nice. That was still pretty fun. I enjoy that format and getting to share that the visual. I love how everyone's getting creative like that, and sharing. Anyway, what do you have going on this week that you like to promote with Vocabulary or other events you have going on?
I have so many things, even I can't remember them if I don't put them on my calendar. So tomorrow I have karaoke night. It is starting at 6 p.m. Pacific. It's called Loose Lips Sink Karaoke Ships, but the theme of the night is Tell the Truth. So any music on telling the truth, or however you interpret that. And then on Thursday is the last of my weekly Thursday night open mics. It's no longer going to be weekly. It's going to be twice a month. So it's kind of a big deal because it used to be weekly for 2 years, and I decided to just, kind of retire it a little bit slightly. So it's going to be the last of the weekly ones, and the theme is going to be the environment. The title of this particular episode of my open mic is called Of Fine Houses and Tolerable Planets. Yay! That's it.
Wow, nice.
Everything
nice.
else is on my list.
Awesome. Yes, as always. So yeah, please share your link tree and we can distribute that. And if people want to sign up for that, do they just there's a link on Eventbrite, or do you just join the session?
Yeah, you could go to my link tree, but you could also go to most of them are on Eventbrite. It is fincabulary.eventbrite.com.
Right on. Awesome. Thank you. And as always, I'm glad that
I
you
feel like I have to
can.
do a little wave now and wave.
Yeah.
Wave.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks.
Finville.
Take care.
There it is. We were waiting for the wait. Were you doing the classic one of these? Yeah. Cheers. Paso. I love that. That's cool. Yes. As soon as I get that link, I'll go ahead and share that as well on YouTube. Shout out to everyone who's watching. Hello, hello. All righty then. Let's go ahead and we don't have to try again. I already know he's here. He was off getting well nourished. But welcome back to the show. We have Mr. Ed Poetastic. What do you have for us today, my friend?
Well, my friend, to the very end, over and over again, I got some jokes. Everyone ready for their funny bones? All right. Why couldn't anyone beat the swordfish in a fencing match? He was always on point. Why was Rudolph pulled over? His light was on. Why couldn't the cop get evidence out of the possum? He kept faking it. Why couldn't the butterfly get past security? He was a caterpillar about a week ago. Why was so many people embarrassed about the fish? He was making a complete bass of himself. Why did the parrot hate the parrot? The parrot kept repeating, you're going the wrong way. And why did the bartender serve the crab and the lobster? They were both selfish and tight-fisted. Hope you enjoy that. Hello, my name is Ed Potasco and I feel fantastic. Please get a time to draw my rhyme follow. I feel sublime. Okay, here comes my first chime. This is called Symphony of Poetry. Poetry is lively than any sunflower rose. Well, any explanation or logic goes. The sweet symphony of pure creativity. So appreciate the effects and sensitivity. Sharp words fire straight to the heart, rain down through skies of vivid art. Each word's covered in emotions, like fish destined to clear ocean, seated in a bouquet of colorful flowers, blossoming in a magnificent array of power, writing and reading like dancing and singing. The parade of words only the beginning. Notebooks teleporting us into the literary world, pages jumping off insightful and delightful spirals, shared by concrete or imaginative minds, lessons grow in very personal design. The pleasure of constant desirable writing, patterns of free verse, limerick, haiku, or rhyming, reinventing tales of new, personal, and old, polishing them to shine like luminous gold. Oh, poetry, you lure me with your verbal melody, ears full of worldly fireworks of complete harmony, the lines sewn in this ugly yet beautiful universe, floating words of true verse going straight on course. Please downpour us a radiant sight of weather, shower us till we're redder or even better. Thank you. Got another one for fun. This is called Lyrical Butterflies. Oh, music, what can I say about you? You make me happier than a fish swimming in deep blue. Music is harmony to all our ears, exterminates our darkest fears, and it leaves us into delightful tears. Music can send fire to our hearts or a big warm hug. It can kill the inner traumas or the toxic bugs. Music gives us a safe space. It gives a vibrant room to elevate, concentrate, and meditate with extra grace. Music gives nostalgia in a more surreal time. It reminds us we're aligned in our physical and mental prime. Music can raise oceans, destroy mountains, and set off volcanoes. Hard to believe just from listening to a few notes. Music can make you move and groove a million times. It's deep in our roots, kind of like these rhymes. Music gives a moment to express ourselves in this ugly yet beautiful world. It can inspire and teach any little boy or girl. Music is art music is art in its own unique and luminous form. To break out of our boring dorms, it could be a radiant sun or a chaotic storm. But listen, in order to transform, music is the air we breathe and the food we eat. It's the senses that freeze our bodies and burn our feet. Music is a performance that's happening inside our minds. Actually, it's like poetry. You can feel the energy going up our spines. Music is, wait, then let me simply tell you, but put on your headphones or earbuds to submerge in the musical blue. Let the notes go through and around you so you can get lost inside your whimsical cocoon. All right. Thank you so much. Got one more. Woohoo. All right. This is called Summer Breeze. Summer Breeze makes me feel fine. All right. I'm sorry. Summer Breeze. Can I compare you to a summer day? You're lovely and orange like the sun. I'm like ice. What can I say? You're an enormous gust of fun. Your flickering presence allure me as a blind bat to the flame. Please set my heat free without pitch black shame. Sometimes you're too hot. You scorch my wax sight. The inner coldness rots. You burn my darkest nights. Your vivid sparkling melody, a voice soothing than sunlight. You and the sun in complete harmony, so sparkling, radiant, and bright. Your images dance away, 50 shades of all kinds, as your flames sway in my pale, hazy mind. Your rain showers embers to my dusky shadows, as my nervousness goes timber, away my inky sparrows. My sunflower, you drink the heat in every passing second, minute, and hour, moving to a sun's fluorescent beat that outshines the grayish showers. When the days go dim, you still shine, shine, and shine. Whenever I go ghost or downwind, your sparkles keeps me aligned. My heavenly tempest, please don't fade. Please be rooted, vibrant, and true. Radiate my summer parade. A kiss to you, a glimmering adieu. And thank you.
Oh, Ed's so smooth, poetastic, coming with the jokes and the rhymes. How you
All the
feeling
time.
today? That's right. That's right, sir. So, hey, what do you got going on this week, man? You'd like to promote?
Like to bro our me and Finn Bell's awesome movie night. That's second of each month. Yeah, on Wednesday at 8:45. So please come. We got good, awesome shows. We have Galaxy Quest, National Treasure, and Mean Girls, and more. Please. Please come.
Bring your own popcorn.
Real popcorn.
So just a couple of questions about the decorum of such events. So is it like, oh, you must be silent or you will be ejected, or is it like we can roast the movie a little bit, kind of like, or do you guys have a discussion afterwards, before or afterwards the movie?
Oh yeah, we well, you can't say anything about the movie. You have to stay mute. But if you want to say something cute, you can in the chat.
Perfect. I love that. Yeah, I guess the chat makes a lot of sense, right? Because it's kind of one of the fun things about getting to enjoy a movie with people is kind of that communal experience. And yeah, all right, cool. Good to know. Thank you, Ed, as always, for coming through.
Thank you. And remember, we love you.
Thank you so much. It means everything. I love it. We all need it sometimes, right? Damn. Okay. What is up? I think we just saw Christine just join the meeting. What's up? CPD at the place to be. All right, let's see. We're coming down pretty close to the end of the list. So this is my way of telling Den if he wants to start kind of getting ready or hurrying up. But right now we're gonna go to Los Angeles. Listen to some Chicano poetry. That's right. You already know it's time for class to be in session. Let's go ahead and welcome Teso Somok. What's going on, man?
What up, Richie?
How are you?
Oh, tired.
Yeah, same here.
I have an excerpt of something I wrote, and since you enjoy the screen share, do you mind if I screen share?
Go for it.
You see what I see?
Cool. Looks good. It looks like a script.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start with this one. Folks can catch me on Instagram under Gaseous2019, and I'll come back at the end and summarize a little bit. So, guerrilla gardening. Fade in, exterior, dark, empty city lot in south central Los Angeles, night. Johnny Chincas had been eyeing the empty lot on 41st and Alameda Boulevard. He had recruited his childhood buddy, who he called Perro, and a loca anarchist chola who went by Little Puppet. Johnny Chincas, hey, putos, we're finally going to do this, eh? Perro, man, you all weak. I've been pushing for the longest time, pero no, way. Little Puppet, menso, stop your chillar. Please, here, pendejos, let's get this shit rolling. I got to jam before my jefe gets home, otherwise he's going to rank on me for a week. Each one was carrying a backpack. They were all worn out and tagged like the walls in this neighborhood. They had scoped out the lot, and they had found a couple of rips on the chain link fence that attempted and failed to keep the dumpers from throwing their trash. Little Puppet. Hey, mensos, you all remember where the other rips are, right? Chicano interrogatives are always pre-answered, right? Johnny pointed south toward the east and Alameda Boulevard. Perro pointed northeast along Long Beach Boulevard. Perro, vámonos, putos, nos van a guachear. Perro was getting anxious and was starting to pace like a dog in heat. Little Puppet, calm down, your shit, fool. Little Puppet was also opening the mouth of her backpack like the other two. Little Puppet, hey, mensos, y'all gonna have to dispararme un perrito cure, eh? She laughed as the moist dirt was starting to enter the bottoms of her Gel-X coffin nail extensions painted with sad and happy clown faces. They slipped in the darkness through the chain link fence rips and disappeared into the darkness. Each one had selected an area to bomb. Perro, who made these seed bombs, eh? Little Puppet, you, menso, you always sloppy like everything you do. Little Puppet's voice was heard like a howl from a childhood Llorona stories. Johnny Chincas, hey, Llorona, shut up. There are too many patrols around here. In the distance, you could hear the wailing from the LAPD Central Division. This was a historically contested space, and millions of investors' dollars laid pending corrupted land planning city department liaisons. The three of them did not wait to see the lights. Perro, bórrense, cabrones. Zippers sounds and thumping sounds was all that was heard as each one scrambled in different exit rips. Only the street light shimmer bouncing off the heavy silica dirt dust storms left behind. Johnny Chingas, hey, I los cacho later, fools, whispered Johnny as he cut for the northeast rip towards Long Beach Boulevard. These streets still held some foliage coverage. They had yet to implement the automatic management strategies LAPD recommended for the gentrified hipster LA hoods. Johnny was shuffling and puffing as he looked for a place to hide. The hair on the back of his neck was starting to rise as the volume of the LAPD sirens increased. He would see the intensity of the blue and red lights increase in lumens. Johnny heard the keen of the patrol PA and his skin goosebumped as he heard the dreaded words all minorities fear in LA. LAPD, click, click, pull over, and stop, buzz, buzz. Johnny continued to zigzag through the industrial foliage coverage, politically aestheticized to reduce the heat island effect from the oversized industrial warehouses. The police patrol cars were starting to accumulate, and he knew he'd going to be on forever. Then, as he recalled, his father always complaining that he always had to get home before 9 p.m. because the Pacific Railroad loved to stage their cargo trains along poor people's neighborhood. The train could sit for an hour, for several hours, and today Johnny Chinga's lucky night. It happened to start blowing its whistle a mere block from East 24th Street and paralleling along Long Beach Boulevard. Johnny Chinga's. Damn, Teposcoat. Metal serpent translated. Teposcoal is what his father called the train, Nahuatl for metal serpent. Johnny knew he owed the deity of Teposcoat some form of manda, an obligation like his grandmother had with the Catholic saints. Johnny scrambled through the through the cargo wagons and jumped to the other side of the train. He manages to hit his head and saw the Hollywood stars. He didn't think much of it, but it hurt like hell. The LAPD was stuck on the south side of the street where it would take a long time to get around. Johnny signaled his goodbye, his good fortune with a one finger salute. Johnny Chingas later, putos, puercos, marranos. Johnny disappears into the homeless shelter staged along the railroad. Fade out.
Right, man. Johnny Chinkas. What a soundtrack that.
You know what that means, right, Richie?
Hmm?
You know what Johnny Chingas means?
No, tell me.
Yanni Chingas.
Hey, that makes sense. All right.
So, what do you think?
Cool. I enjoyed it. I think we should get more script readings. That's always kind of fun too.
Yeah,
I liked it.
it's something different. Okay, I think that's it for me. I think I had a song, but I lost my lyrics, so I don't know where they went. I performed it the other day, and I wrote a song, and then I only know a couple of lyrics from memory.
Gotcha. We'll do it next time.
We do it next time. This was long enough.
Cool. So, for the uninitiated, how can people support you online? Check out your work.
Okay. So I just so remember the piece. So you want to make the earth sing. So that got picked up already. So I'm really happy about that. I know Trisha was like really pushing me to get it out there. So I tried a couple of places and it got picked up. So I'm really happy about that. So it's one more under the belt. Folks can catch me on Instagram under Gashes 2019, also on Facebook under Gashes 2019, and then under keep track of some of the open mics going around. You can sign up for the Pandemic Poets group, and then people share stuff on there and what's going on and latest open mics, and I add some new ones and stuff like that.
All right, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's a really good source. And thank you for letting me post there as well.
You bet.
Cool. All right. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciated that. And it just made me realize, man, we should hit up the screenwriting like community peeps, if they want to share some stuff as well. Because I know a couple peeps working on stuff like that all the time, and it's kind of fun to read like that. So alrighty then. Let me see. First thing I need to do is check
Hold
in.
on, I need to set up my camera.
Okay, cool. What? Who said that? What? Where? Okay, I know it was Dan. Cool. With that said, then I want to give a shout out to all the peeps again tuning in. Let's see. Dan's setting up his camera, so he does that. I'm gonna read a quick piece from this collection called Radical Jazz by my buddy Larry Barrett. We play music together, and in fact, it's so cool. I'm in his book. That's me playing the saxophone. I'm actually in a couple of his books, also in poetic form. So yeah, this is a little piece from that. It's called Or no, it's just quick. Night blaze, snap and drum talk. A sax slips, molten and loose, pulsing like psalms. Hell yeah. So it's cool to be in other people's artwork. All right, put that away for now. All right, Dan, how you feeling? What's going on? What's the 411?
One sec. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm one to the 2 and to the 3 and to the 4. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful NBs.
Hold
Every
on.
Monday, you already know what's up. He has his own theme song twice over, but we can't share it because it's copyrighted. We don't get copyright stricken. So this is my long-winded, super lengthy introduction. I'm not stalling. This man just needs a proper introduction. He just celebrated his birthday, 39, I believe. He's almost at the big 40. You know what's up. But he's, we saw lots of love sent to him on his way for his birthday, as he's done for many, many, many others. And as always, he would love some batteries to replace the ones in his smoke alarm. But without further ado, let's go ahead and pass the camera over to the one, the only Dan, the man, Daniel, Tennessee. What's going on, man?
Hold on.
Still. So you take, okay, wait.
Yeah, give me
so you point the camera at the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting way to do it.
Okay, it should be active by now. Just give me a second. Give me a minute. I'm just trying to
bump it up, bump it up, bump it up. Dan, the man. Dan, the man.
Oh, you stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. Not you. I'm talking to this.
Gasp. After all this time, Dan. How? Okay.
Come on.
Right.
Play already.
You're good, man. You're good.
You're
good.
I know. I'm just trying to.
So wait, so we can see you and you're taking a video of your performance through your webcam. Okay. Gotcha. Reality. What is it?
Wait, okay, hold on.
Should have prepared another poem.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dan the man. He's never ready. Dan the man. Dan the man. Did you have birthday cake, Dan? No, you probably didn't, huh? Did you have birthday beef jerky?
Nope.
Did you have a party?
I just celebrated my I've been taken out to eat and okay. All right, going in recording. Hold on. Shit. I hate when that happens. Sorry.
Technology, man.
Yeah, I know.
Technology.
There we go. Okay.
That's true. That's true.
All right, can you say it again?
Did you have any shots for your birthday?
No.
No, nobody got you any birthday shots? Tequila, Jameson, some whiskey.
Okay.
No? Did you have any
all right, we're good,
birthday?
Richie.
How many birthday presents did you get? Oh yeah, okay, fine. We got a show. We got to do. Don't want to delay it. All right, let's go ahead. Beautiful, beautiful people. Let's go ahead and welcome our next performer. Let's welcome Dan, the man.
Thank you, Richie. Yeah. First off, thank you so much for my birthday wishes, each and every one of you. That was nice of you. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't get the earlier part on the third on what Richie was saying. I wanted to have that on. I wanted to feature that, but unfortunately, I'm sorry, this camera's causing a little delay. I apologize for that. But anyway, again, thank you guys so much. It was nice of you. Thank you, each and every one of you. Okay. Well, I have no idea what is going on. Well, besides my birthday, there's some, or some might have good, but mostly some are gone haywire, if you know what I mean, since the tragedy last month. What's going on and all, and everything was going on, and especially the day after my birthday was unbelievable, man. Yeah, now everything's heavily divided, and some things said that we might not know what will happen next. But oh man. And these two songs I know of. One is played by the late great Glenn Fry. He's a front man of the Eagles. And yeah, and he does solo like "The Heat Is On" and you. And I'm a part of you, you're a part of me, and also Smuggler's Blues. But there's one song I really like, "You Belong to the City." Yeah, it's a very nice song. It's like featured in Miami Vice. Yeah. And the other one is Lake Huron. I don't know if you guys heard of the indie pop band Lake Huron. It's been all over the US. They have one song I really like. It's called "When the Night Is Over." But I guess you might like this one. It's called the two songs. "You Belong to the City," "When the Night Is Over." Yeah. uh, "You Belong to the City," "When the Night Is Over." I know these two songs. One's back in the 80s. The other was the last decade. The other was performed by the frontman of the Eagles, God rest his soul. And the other are performed by two frontmen of the band, like Huron, and who may have did the performance in the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah. I know these two songs. One was long and the other was not long. Well, ever since like walking through the city and at night, well, you see the lights, but not in the day, but only in the nighttime. Yeah, but only at night, but you see the light, but not by day, but even though it's throughout the night. Well, I cannot tell who, what, or where that really belongs. That it is gonna be a long swang songs. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say both comparison. Well, I guess you already heard the little contrast. The both comparison are the nighttime, bright lights, big city. Well, play the fights at night. Although you still stroll the city, well, pity, it's not the day at light to ascend. It's up all night until the end. Well, these two songs are like the fate, uncertain, unknown, unexplained. Like the gate won't know when will it open, like to say what's going on up to date. Well, these two songs, like we'll never know what's at stake ahead of time for Pete's sakes at grind. Yeah. Well, that's a start of the kick. Well, we're no psychic, or no, we don't know what will happen. Well, guess we'll have to wait and see. Even if that's night, or you can still walk, but it's not light, but still the talk. Yeah. Well, Glenn Fry was right. We belong to the city, but Lord Huron knows it's when the night is over. Yeah. So what do you guys think?
Cool. I was giving thumbs up. I guess you didn't see it.
That's okay. Well, yeah, those two songs, man. Well, yeah, I guess if you listen to those lyrics, I guess you already know what's going on. Yeah. So, what do you think in favor, like Glenn Fry's "You Belong to the City" or Lord Huron's "When the Night Is Over"? Or have any of you guys heard of this songs? No. Guess not. Okay. Okay, here it is. Just read it and weep it. Here's here my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm behind post on Instagram, a little behind on Instagram, but also on Twitter as well. Yeah, so you can catch my page, Dan the Man's Weekly, and especially find Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube, and don't forget the hashtag. And I forgot his name again. This guy's new. Hey, you might want to screenshot this, or if you get the chance. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, oh, and don't forget, I just did yet another 38th birthday tribute just yesterday for Chris Baker, is a singer-songwriter. I'll show you his yeah, there it is. Bourbon on the Rocks. It's performed by Chris Baker. So yeah, if you guys have not yet seen it, there it is. The link's right there. Yeah, here it is. Bourbon on the Rocks by Chris Baker. You guys gonna like these songs. So check out my birthday tribute number 38. I just uploaded yesterday, so please check it out. Okay. All right. Again, thank you for my birthday wishes. It was nice of you guys. Thank you, Richie and Kit and the rest of you guys, of those who wish me a happy birthday. Thank you very much. Oh man, now my final year of my 30s before I enter the 40s. Yeah. Oh man, born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. All right, Richie, let's go ahead and call it a night.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm kidding. So yeah, man. I'm thinking of Sage Francis. He's one of my favorite rappers, poets, but he has a song called I think his latest album. But yeah, my 20s were a roar, my 30s were a blur, my 40s I don't know, but I'm gonna make them purr. So yeah, shout out to making your 40s purr. That's cool. All right, so I'm not gonna end the night just yet, Dan. I'm gonna okay, cool. All right. Stay at home open mic. We're here every Monday. And I'm gonna try out a poem. I read it once before, but I'm just trying to practice some of these. Again, the cover poem, just because these are kind of fun to read when I do public events, I guess, as the cover poem. But some of you guys have seen this one before. It's called Quicksand. I'll let you guys just make what you make of it. Here we go. Quicksand. Upon stumbling by chance upon a man waist deep in quicksand, I need a second to process. After all, this is fiction made flesh. It's like a cartoon, like going to the zoo and seeing a mermaid. So my first response, naturally, is to tell him, hey, I'm pretty sure that I read somewhere that quicksand isn't actually dangerous, that this idea of a patch of sandy water sucking a person down into oblivion is just a tall tale, a trope to build on tension in early 1960s Westerns. In real life, yeah, I mean, you can get caught in some mud, but it's not really that hard to get out. So are you sure you're sinking in quicksand? He sinks. My words don't seem to have any effect. So being an open-minded, progressive individual, I reevaluate. Maybe quicksand is real. So what now? My second response, upon stumbling by chance upon a man chest deep in quicksand, is before I actually do anything to make sure that I have the whole picture. I mean, what was this guy doing out here in the jungle all alone? Did he step into that quicksand on purpose? Was he asking for it? Does he have a criminal record? Maybe I should wait until all the facts come in. He sinks. And again, Being a progressive, again, being an open-minded progressive individual, I decide to give him the benefit of the doubt. At least for now, I want to help. So my third response, upon stumbling by chance upon a man neck deep in quicksand, is obviously to recite a poem, to throw some positive spirit energy his way, to describe out loud just how heavy my heart is. I take a piece of paper out of my backpack, and with a pen, I write, quicksand is bad, and I am an ally to those who fall in it. I pin that piece of paper on my chest. I take out my phone and tweet, when are we going to wake up? Hashtag quicksand. He sinks. And being an open-minded progressive individual, I decide that isn't enough, that we as a society need to address the root causes of people sinking in a quicksand. So my fourth response, upon stumbling by chance upon a man forehead deep in quicksand, is to take a moment to acknowledge my privilege as someone who is not sinking in quicksand. I vow to take a class, to be more mindful of how I navigate the world. He sinks. And being an open-minded progressive individual, I decide that the time for words has passed. Now is the time for action. So my fifth response, upon stumbling by chance upon a man disappeared into quicksand, is we can't allow ourselves to forget what happened here. I know that we need to do something, to put up a sign, to educate people, to build a bridge over this quicksand. I just don't have any wood. I just have this backpack full of paper and pens and rope. What can one person do? I imagine my lungs filling with mud, black earth, brown water. The hike back to my hotel will be full of reflection. I offer my thoughts and my prayers. It is the least I can do. All right, that is Kyle Tranmere, aka Guante, and I think it's a pretty biting satire. But thanks to everyone who read and shared their work tonight. We will be back next Monday. As always, be on the lookout for our sign up. Again, you can follow Barbed Wire Open Mic on any social media, as well as YouTube. Best way to get the sign up sheet is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because I always post our online video link ahead of time, the Sunday before, the day before our open mic. And we'll hope to see you guys next time for the live stream. And also, we do hang out a little bit afterwards on the Zoom call. So if you're on YouTube and ever want to hop over, you're more than welcome to join us. It's just random chatting, it's a little hangout, a little after party. But my name is Rich. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening.